Hello, welcome back to the channel. You may have seen my post recently asking for help with the rear valance, and I think I'm going to answer the question today briefly. Is this the worst rear valance ever made? Now, I put that post out on Instagram, YouTube and Facebook, and just asked for people's thoughts and tips about making these fit, and a lot of people said yeah, you have to sort of like tweak them little bits here and there. The same with the closing panels, they're a little bit misshapen, but you need to tweak them. This needs so much more than a tweak, it is ridiculous. Let me show you how bad it is. So I've got it attached to the car, just clamped it in. As you can see, it's fitting the shape at the back of the car, and I attached just by one bolt up here on the original bolt holes, which I have not touched, and these arches came off the car and they fitted. And down here, it might take a little bit of persuasion. That's kind of what I was expecting you might need to do. You're like a thumbnail, maybe 2 thumbnails worth of intervention here to make that fit. On the other side, however, we have a bit more of an issue. We're talking a little fingers kind of gap, and it gets worse when you look on this side here as to how far shy this actually is from being where it needs to be. I honestly think this is just a really duff panel. It's come out of the mould and they didn't have quite enough metal in this end, or it didn't press properly this end, but it's just, yeah, it's horrendous. There is no amount of metal work I can do other than adding metal in this middle section here that would make that fit. With the valance off the car, you can, and I've just clamped roughly in the right place. You know, again, you expect a bit of trimming work with the pattern panel. When you have, you can see there's a bit of trimmage maybe required, or a bit of rebending, just sorting out this edge. I don't mind that. That's not so bad. It's when you get to this end, the same end, it's how much is missing. And I've sat these 2 panels side by side. They have the same curve. The valance literally doesn't have enough metal in this corner. It's absolutely terrible. I don't want to do that much work to a pattern panel to make it fit. I know there's a lot of you now screaming, Nick, why? Why did you even bother with a Magnum panel? Why didn't you just buy a genuine one? Yeah, there is a reason for that. I like the way these plastic arches swoop down and have a nice little corner here. It's just a nice way to sort of get the curves of the car included. And I bought a pattern one because these are 30 quid. A genuine one's 90 quid. And then you've got VAT and delivery and all the rest of it. It just gets a bit much. Especially when you're planning to cut like the middle section out of it. So all I really wanted was the 2 corners to be vaguely right. And I want to cut the middle out because at some point I plan to run a diffuser. Not really for any logical purpose of having downforce, because I don't know how effective it really would be, but just because it looks cool. So I don't really want to spend, best part of 100 quid on something I'm going to remove the whole middle section from at some point. So it does make sense. It's a terrible, terrible panel. I might try again at some point, but in my week of thinking, it has dawned on me that I don't have to make this decision now. I can actually just continue on. I'll sort out any of the other rusty spots on the car. I can even finish the car, get it done, get it rolling roaded, everything, and I can add the rear valance on at a later date. So what are we doing today, Nick? I'll tell you. Remember, underneath here we have just these ugly little bits of weld that just need a little bit of flap wheel action. There's a little bit more required in these corners and this and that. And I think maybe even a little like knock up here and some seam sealer. That's where I'm planning to get to today. If I can also get the subframe back in the hole and get the wheels back down with the old cones just so it's rested, so I can have a look at the sills a bit better, that'd be cool as well. But I don't know if I'm going to get that much time. So let's start flatting off some weld. Okay, that went reasonably well. Let's have a look. All the weld here was flatted off nicely. All the really big bumps along this bit here have been smoothed out as best they can. I'm not going to concentrate too much on making it look flush and flat because A, I can seam seal it, and B, the subframe's in the way, so it won't be seen anyway. So it's just you know, anything that would have poked through the seam seal has been cleaned away. I also went down that back edge, just clearing up any ugly bumps, and I did the same over here and up to here. So that's all done. I went along this back edge of the boot up along here, and just anything that looked untowards has been dealt with, and I then took the time to go in the boot. So let's just blank it off so you can see it has all been as smoothed off as I feel it needs to be. I then went and broke out my brand new tube of Tiger Seal, and then I discovered a problem. Everything has a shelf life, doesn't it? We all know that. But sometimes time blurs a little bit and you don't realise quite how long it's been since you bought that. So I opened the tube up and I pierced the top on it and nothing came out. Squeezed the life out of it, pulled a chunk of hard rubber off the top of it, and still it doesn't want to come out. So I've looked a little bit more into it. On the top here, I don't know if I can get it to focus for you. That it says MFG 0222. February 2022 that was manufactured. U-Pole Tiger Seal has a shelf life of 1 year. So yeah, we're not going to be using that. So I could probably do with going to the shops right now, but it's towards the end of the day. It's going to be time to cook some dinner soon, and I'd rather get something done while I still can, because sooner or later the wife and the kids are going to come home and my playtime will probably be over, because the boy will want to be out here kicking his football or playing his basketball, or Dad, can you watch me do this? Dad, you watch me do that? And I want to be there for all that stuff. So what can I do in the short term? I've got an idea. You see these squiggly lines along here? I was never happy with the actual shape of this boot floor piece, so I think I'm going to cut them off, and then I can actually stick the boot floor in for what is hopefully going to be the last time. So let's get done on that as quickly as we can. So there we have it. Edges are trimmed. I've gone round and I've wiped off as much of the ink as will come off. It is screwed in. I've checked it all with an Allen key. The only job really that I might decide to do, I don't know if I'll do it today or not, would be just to cut these down so that they are sort of flush with the bottom here. But it's really an optional, not a needed at the moment. I can always do it at a later date. If I'm not putting the valance on, obviously I have access to this at all times. So I'll go out, I'll get some more seam sealer. I will seam seal all the edges, but I'm also going to say I'll seam seal around this edge of the boot, and I will also seam seal around this edge of the boot. We've got, I don't know how many coats of this rust resistant primer under here, so that area underneath shouldn't get any water in, and thus it shouldn't go rusty under there. So we'll keep our fingers crossed on that. But yes, I would say hopefully that is the last time that panel gets put in. I know when it comes to the tank I might end up having to cut a hole in the bottom there, but not the end of the world to do that in situ. So keep your fingers crossed for me. So I think next port of call for me is going to be the, obviously, seam sealer, let that dry, and then I can actually get some paint in the boot area, underneath the boot floor and under the arches. I can get that whole area kind of like up to the heel board done, because once it's in proper paint, that's it sealed. So I've got to deal with maybe a little bit of rust in the arches, where obviously that rust resistant stuff, it's rust resistant, it is still porous, so moisture can still get through it. So it's just a case of trying to keep it as dry as possible. So I'll get a sheet of plastic over it tonight, and I will keep as much moisture off of it as I can. I'll deal with the arches, probably off camera because it's one of those boring jobs, and then yeah, paint, and then I'm up to the heel board. So hopefully I can fly forwards from there. He says hopefully. Yeah, okay. Wish me luck, and I'll see you on the next one.